All right, and hello and welcome back as we get ready to jump into our first game of two that we have lined up tonight, as it will be the Bedford Bulldogs taking on the Madison Monarchs. Should be a good game, we hope, as it is number one versus number three. But hey, we'll see. On screen, you can see their recap, which of course is just one game for now, as both teams found a four-game win. Bedford over KC and Madison over Vancouver. And so we'll see as we look over to our schedule. Two games played so far, including the first sweep of the Pixel season, as Loudon took down KC. And then Inchin, who stayed 2-0 with a win over Denver. So when we move over to our standings, you can see Inchin, the only team up at 2-0 so far. Meanwhile, there are two teams at 0-2 and one at 1-1. And of course, winner of this game will join Inchin, loser will join Loudon. So definitely not the worst place to be at 1-1, especially given that you have won a game, obviously. And so definitely not the worst, but hey, 2-0 is definitely better. And so we'll see as we look over to our stats. Honda and Z Bloom will be your key players. As Z Bloom leads 3 out of the 6 stats, and the same case for Honda. Averages, though, very clearly in favor of Bedford as they lead 5 of the 6. And honestly, just in general, I felt like Madison's stats were kind of surprisingly low. So, yeah, I think that's interesting to me because I feel like, at least especially like power ranking wise, I feel like Madison played the stronger team. And to be fair, maybe that's part of it. What I was about to say is they played a stronger team and yet won with the same scoreline and felt like they needed to do less. But in the same token, it's probably quite possible that because they played what could be considered a better team, they were able to get less. So they weren't scoring as much on their shots, which again then lowers their goals and shooting percentage. And also their assists, because you need goals to get assists. Now, that kind of doesn't really work for the saves, but hey, they still might have been the ones getting pressure as they did lead with shots. So, yeah. Obviously, it's 1 week of games. It is an average based on 4 games played. So definitely a number that we're going to need to see kind of get ironed out a bit more trends-wise as the season goes on. But as things stand, that's where we are landing. Of course, looking at this matchup, it's tough. In case you didn't see, we are going to have a 1 day for Bedford, as they will not have Draco or Frighten, and so they will be picking up Arium to replace Draco. And obviously that does change the team dynamics. They do still have Bloom. They do still have Lynx, who in his 1 game played did get a 100% shooting. But I think, if nothing else, that's a new player who hasn't been with the team before. Then on the other side, I feel like if you go player for player, Madison probably aren't at the very top of the list. But as I'm seeing a very emphatic in the game chat, Bloom has named himself the Z, like Bloomer, which is what his in-game is. And then in all caps in parentheses, the Z is silent. So we'll go with Bloom. But for Madison, I feel like if you go player for player, they maybe aren't the strongest team in the league. But what their bonus is that, first of all, they have very strong players. Obviously, Honda, Panda always have kind of been up there, especially Panda in the last few seasons. And then Shade has, I mean, typically he's been on Luxor, of course, but he's been a solid piece of that team, and you know he can bring some vibes. And then Bran, player we haven't seen, but player that they've played with, and not too bad, going 3 for 4 in week 1. So, yeah, I think on one team you have probably the better lineup, player for player, maybe. And on the other side, you have a also very strong team who have the chemistry. So if I'm going to make a prediction, especially against a team now playing with a one day that they haven't played with, I'm going to lean with Madison. But that is far from confident, as we do now have everyone in, and so we are going to jump in. And of course, after the 3 games last night, Bakken has finally updated, and so we are going to be back to Barrel tonight. At least for the moment, of course, with the anti-cheat looming next month. But hey, that is a next month question as we load into this game. Game number 1 here on the Manfield. As always, it'll be Bedford in blue, Madison in orange. Pretty much, if we were still doing team colors, it would have looked not all that different from this other than secondaries. And of course, I guess Madison do have a black primary, but, you know, they're still orange. This one's cleared downfield by Bloom. Looking for the follow-up. Popped up off the corner. Dropping back down. Shade will get it away towards midfield. Now rolling out again. Link's not going to get back to it, and Panda gets it off the bounce. Of course, we know what the roster is going to be for Bedford because they're using a one-day, so they won't change. Meanwhile, it is Bran who is sitting out in this first game for Madison. Did join with the team, but then left out to let Shade get some games in. This one now off the corner, popped up off the back wall, bouncing around. Shade is on it, played off the right wall. Bloom now, banger downfield. Arium getting up, but Honda's able to dunk it out to the side. Link's now going backwards. Panda thinking about leaving it, takes a bit too long and he'll get demoed. Bloom now picks it up. Panda off spawn, gets the 50 through. Honda now jumping up again, pass across, Shade in the air, but Lynx gets behind it. Panda now pops this one up in the air, looking to drop back down, gets it off the back wall, but no one's there to shoot. Bloom able to take a little bit of time before Shade eventually crashes in. Bit of a team bump there. Now Arium forced to play it. Big flick downfield. It'll be Panda to catch it down off the left. Now around again. This one dropping down. Panda bouncing it away. Shade still on the dribble, looking for the play, but the demo comes through. Now 50 forward by Honda, looking for a pinch center, but it's cleared out again. Now this one bouncing out, Shade, bit awkward, but it doesn't matter as he gets the shot, and Madison have first blood. Shade a little bit awkward, but hey, Link's up high in the air, maybe it was a fake. And he's able to drop it down below the defense for goal number 1. This one cleared forward again, dropped down. Now Arium trying to send it long downfield. Panda just kind of going to bounce off the wall on that one. Honda gets it out off the side wall. Now up in the air, Bloom trying to stay with it. 50 down close, but then cleared away well by Madison. This one now cleared back down. Bloom all the way back in his own half, trying to pick it up. Being messed with as now Panda has a chance to jump for it. Now just another 50 downfield. Will force a momentary reset. Before now Madison trying to push in, but it's another good 50 by Arium at the midfield. Now this one dropping down. It's 50 down off the ceiling. Back up in the air, Shade waiting, but Lynx gets there first. Now around, Honda gets it right to Arium, and now Arium will just keep it going for Bedford before. That's a good touch by Panda. Might give a chance for Madison to get some space, but one will miss, and Lynx just gonna beat 2. Drops under 150's the next, and just under 2 minutes to play. Madison really starting to get stuck back here. That's a double commit. But Shade able to get to it, and now Panda will force it downfield. That'll force a full reset. Honda another 50 to keep it awkward. Shade up towards the ceiling, dropping back in. Panda's up, it's off the post for now, and Honda can't turn. Now he thinks about a challenge, but has to let it go until finally he can pop it up in the air where Bloom is already waiting. Shade now that 50 just all the way to the other corner where Arium will chase it down. He'll get it past Panda, but Shade able to clear it away. Link's now across, this one rolling down. Bloom is on it. Bloom will score. And it is 1-all. Bloom pulls it back with a nice angle shot there. And it is 1-1. all with 1:16 left to go. Pushed over towards Shade. He'll get the clear downfield. Now Panda trying to recenter it again, but Lynx will win a 50 away. Now off the back wall, Lynx dunked by Shade. Panda trying to pick it up. Arium's already there. He'll beat a couple. He'll beat them all. Arium pushes through. Bedford lead. With 56 seconds left to go, 20 seconds after their first, they turn it to a lead. And the pressure is now on Madison to get another goal. Honda in the air here, gonna force it down. It's Shade again, but the post says no. Shade trying to turn on this one, but Bloom is up first. Panda now, one touch forward. Lynx will beat Honda to it. Shade, last back, trying to play it away. It's right at Arium, and he'll keep it in. Another 50 will set out Lynx to just play it around the outside, trying to drop it in. Honda gets the clear away. Now bounce back down. Bloom in the air to the back wall. Won't get a double, but there's no clear. Lynx's shot goes wide, but it's more time wasted as we're down to 15 seconds left to go as the clock winds lower and lower. Madison starts strong. They get that first goal, but then they can't hold the lead, and they can't get it back. This one will go in. Well, Shade was feeling charitable, I guess. As he tries to catch that one, just kind of cuts it into his own net. And so that's one more goal on the board for Lynx and the Bulldogs. But, of course, the end result is the same, as Bedford will move up to a 1-0 series lead. As you can see, that the shooting with a 5, I believe that was 5-3 out lead in that category for Bedford before we saw Shade drop out. And so we'll see if that keeps up. As for Madison, it felt like they had a good fight, especially through the early parts of that. But then really it just fell away. That especially after they scored, Bedford really took control of the game, kept them in that half for long periods of time, then got their 2 goals and hardly looked back. Now obviously Madison were still getting decent chances in that time, but as a whole, obviously, they didn't score any of them. Obviously, they didn't get some large multitude of shots. And in the end, it just feels like they need more. Of course, getting Bran in what is probably considered their main roster should, or at least could be, a boost to that offensive threat, but we'll have to see. As this one's 50 down all the way into the Bedford corner. Lynx will bring it down there, trying to cut it down, but it kind of gets away from him, and Panda will get it up to the back wall. Arium now can't play it. 50'd back, but it's too awkward for Honda, and it's free for Arium. Brand now on it. A light pop straight up in the air. Drop down by Bloom as Honda cuts it off, looking to pre-flip back, runs out of boost. It's still close. But Brand is sideways. He can't shoot just yet. Now he'll pop it in. Lynx will get up for a save. Honda trying to drop it down. It's off the back wall, but Panda can't get over it, and the double is wide as well. Brand now already on it as well. Another center. Might have been in, but Lynx will block it to the side either way. Now rolled downfield again. Brand trying to pop this one out. One player waiting to his right, but not even going to jump because Arium wins the race. Panda now just booming it downfield. It's into the corner where there he'll get another beat. One player up will miss, but the third can't get bumped, and it's a good recovery by Arium to make the save. Been quite Madison controlled, but kind of like the last game, no goals on the board. So how much of a problem is it really? This one's now down off the ceiling, cleared away by Bloom. Bouncing around the outside, Honda will get it cleared downfield. This one now sent down the sideline by Honda, trying to cut it back. It's up in the air. Brand will go for the 50, but it's saved away by Bloom. Panda now trying to recenter, but Lynx will beat Honda. That'll be on target until Brand's able to block it out to the side. Now up in the air again, just a high play that Panda will eventually knock down. Arium though on it, up in the air. Lynx can't quite get it. Bit of a tough read will not be made, and we will stay scoreless as we approach the halfway mark in game number 2 here. Now this one towards net, it's off the post and in. Eventually it falls down, a bit of a mistouch by Arium there. And Bran gets it off the post and it goes good. So just past halfway, as we were mentioning, 2:28 on the clock. And Madison finally breaks through for the first goal of the game. Now this one played across. Cleared out again. Bran off the right wall, trying to play it forward. Now Lynx a touch away. Panda's there. Up towards the back wall. It'll come straight down. Honda's there, but it's 50 away. The defense stands tall. And they deny the second goal for Madison as they're being forced to put in overtime here. Madison kind of just been relentless in this game number 2. Of course, only 1 goal to show for it. Doesn't make it a fragile lead. But, I mean, it's kind of tough for Bedford to score so far because they haven't been able to get out of their half. That missed by Bran, and Demo will help, though. Lynx now able to get some space, but Honda spawns to the left side, but he won't get the touch on it again. Lynx a bouncing ball. Bran will save it to the side. Bran maybe panicking a little bit. Will allow a 50. It might be on, but Panda will send it away. Bran now downfield and in. 2-0. Madison expand on their lead as it's a counterattack on a very rare attack from Bedford. Maybe getting a little bit too excited at the chance of pushing out. And so instead, it goes against them. 1 minute left to go. Madison holding onto a 2-goal lead here. But of course, a minute is still a lot of time as Bloom takes a shot. And there's the goal back. It's a 1-goal game again. Honda and Panda both go. The touch is awkward. And then Bran left alone, not able to make that save. Honda trying to get it forward. Bloom up in the air, pop downfield. It's off the back wall. Arium playing it across. Lynx is there for the second game in a row. Madison crack, and it all falls apart. They have conceded 2 goals in very short order, and this game is tied. Now Lynx over to the right wall again, trying to get up to it. Pandal 50 the cross. Honda now trying to drop it down. Bran will try to get it away. Final 30 seconds here as we are back to a tied state. Bedford trying to push. This one off the back wall, but it's cleared away by Bran. Now downfield around the outside. Dropping down 50 away. Now down towards the corner. Honda trying to get it out to the right side. 10 seconds left to go now. Honda the play downfield. Panda in the air. 50 down. Honda blocked by Lynx. Arium gets it to the side. The clock strikes 0. Lynx trying to get it down. Panda will keep it up for now. Bran gets it over to the side wall, but now we're kind of going the wrong way. Centered out towards Honda, but they let it go. And finally, we have OT. Panda trying to get it on target, but it goes just wide. Now downfield again. Bran trying to get it across. Now Now a shot towards the backboard, dropping back down. No one there except, I believe that was Panda, who just doinks it downfield. But now Arium trying to return it. Panda gets it to the side, but it'll bounce out to Bloom. That one sails on him as it'll go all the way to the corner. Brand now trying to pick it up, but Link's pitching it the wrong way. Now down off his own back wall. 50 will come straight down. Panda sends it back up off the corner where Honda will play it in next. Dropping down, no one in net. It'll go in on its own. Honda ties the series. It takes OT. Certainly closer than it should have been. But Madison get it done. And this series is tied up. The physical play comes up huge from Panda there. Yeah, the shots were a little bit different, as it is 14-5. And also out of those 14, Panda does not take a single shot in this game. And I don't know what's crazier about that. The fact that Madison got 14 shots or that Panda didn't have any. But either way, obviously this time it was just barely enough, as they'll manage to outscore him 3-2, and they will tie things up as we now look on to game number 3 on Urban Central. Each team has a game under their belt, but who can claim match point first? It'll be Madison with the momentum, but in both games, it looks like you don't want to play Bedford in the final minute and a half, because that's when they decide to play. But of course, for Madison, you just got to, first of all, try to build up a lead before that happens. And then second of all, more ideally, just don't let that happen. Just play clean and at the end of the game. Panda looks for a pass, but that one will go wide. Honda trying to recenter it. It's just off the post, and Bloom will get it away for the moment, and he'll stay with. Going for a dribble. Over one. Off the post. Panda can't get it. Bloom beats them all. And it's 1-0 Bedford. They get first blood. The flick beats one. The bounce beats a second. And it's Z Bloom who's ready to get the finish. Now Arium is behind it again. Panda up in the air. This one dropping down. Link's trying to get there. Now it'll be Brand to send it downfield. Bloom off the right wall. Arium now going to send it down. Panda lets it go, and Honda gets the long clear again. Bloom now around the outside. That'll get by Honda. Panda trying to wade in next, but Lynx hits a good 50. 2 players downfield. Brand needs a good touch, and he'll get it as that one's up towards the bar. Blocked to the side by Bloom. Panda now on this one, as he has been playing the setup man pretty firmly. Once again, no shots in the first minute and a half here. Panda though racing in. That'll be his first shot since game 1, and it's gonna set up the goal. In the end, it's an assist for Panda, as his shot's blocked, but it's straight back out to Honda, who just takes his time, gets it through, and it is 1-1, and we are tied up once again in this series. Now Arium trying to get it up in the air again. Looking for the play down. It's towards the net, but then 50'd away by Madison. And now another one forward. Links is backwards. Honda racing in. Can't quite get the angle. Just a little bit too far from it. By the time he catches up, doesn't have an angle at the net. And so Bedford will survive that one. And we'll stay all equal. Honda, though, looking for a draw, but again, a little bit strong on that first touch. Brand, though, looking for a double. Doesn't quite have the read. It took a bit of an awkward kick off the corner. And they're trying to force it in. Honda looking for the cut, but Link's just about able to get a piece of it still. Link's now driving past. This one will be Brand for the long send. Bloom trying to get it to the side. Arium now up in the air. Honda on it next. Gets it towards net, but plenty of time for Bloom. And he will make the play. Halfway through game number 3. Nothing dividing these teams so far, but this could be a chance as Brand is forced to dive back in, but he will get the ball out. Now Honda dropping it down again, but can't get the flick. The shot is strong, but it's also high. As Panda gets it off the sidewall, Honda winning it forward, Lynx back in. Brand trying to drop it down. Bloom is there, but it's 5 feet away. Demo is on, but no one able to get a shot again. Madison, good chances, no shots. And they're still tied in this one, as that is in. 2-1. Madison take the lead back. This time it's Panda who gets the shot through. Just under 2 minutes to play. Of course, we are still before the Bulldogs danger zone. We're about 20, 30 seconds away from that, so Madison will have to stay on alert, but good for them, of course, to have a lead as Honda bangs it up. Won't be able to shoot. Brand will try. But instead, it's just another pass out wide as Honda now drops it in. Missed by Arian, but there's no shot. Brand on it. Saved away by Bloom. Lynx turning in. 51 by Honda towards the center, but Bloom able to dive across and get it away. Everyone kind of downfield for Madison as that flick will be one, but it's right at Brand who will bang it back forward. Bouncing down. Honda puts it high. Panda next. Lynx gets the 50. That one needed to be Honda, but he just tries a bit too hard to get power. Gets under it and sends it high of the net. And so as we enter the final minute of play, we are still only separated by 1 goal, and that double commit could get costly. Lynx around, beats Panda. Honda's back in time, but he hits it right at Bloom, and he needs that dunk that he is able to get. Brand now will get a larger clear away, and Madison survive another awkward moment as we approach the final 30 seconds left to go here. Honda in the air again, won't get a piece of it. Trying to stay in the air as Brand's shot rings wide, and then it'll be him who follows it up, and Brand makes it 3-1. Honda maybe throwing off the defense, and then Ariam just far too slow. Watches it sail over his head. And it's now 3-1 with 25 seconds left to go. Not a lot of time at all for Bedford to try for a comeback here, as Brand will make another save. Time continuing to drop away. Another demo on Panda, not letting him play the game, but he doesn't need to because his team is getting it done for him. And it's 4-1. Honda lets it go. Brand just takes the high shot, and it's straight through, just under the bar. The 3-goal lead will, of course, seal the win as Madison shut down Bedford. And through 2 games, they will have the series, well, through 3 games rather, they will have the series lead as they once again dominate the shots 12-5 on their way to outscoring 4-1. So, I mean, pretty clean in that regard from Madison, and we'll see as we look on now towards game number 4 on who or just the score of the game in general, because I didn't look at all of the stats too specifically. And now we move to game number 4. Madison 1 away from closing it out. And wait, I didn't do this. We're super late for it, but I do not care. And so, you guys get records. No way. This one now pinched around by Brand. I had to hide them to do the other overlay, and I didn't put them back on. But hey, Brand puts that shot back on, and it's 1-0. Panda once again going to be the setup man as that shot gets blocked away, but it bounces right down to Brand, who gets a clean shot up to the top right corner, and it'll be Madison who strike first. 20 seconds in. Now this one forward, but it will get cleared away. Caught down, but Arium gets bumped off it. That touch a little bit awkward, but Panda will recover well. Honda now letting it go. Panda already in the air, gets it downfield, and it will be Lynx to get it cleared out. Arium now another long one downfield. Bran looking for the shot, but it'll be sent away by Bloom. Bloom now following it up, looking for the cut, gets a good beat over one, but Panda just waiting at the near post, gets the play. Honda now not wanting to give him anything, just bumps him off it. Honda now dropping it in again. Bloom looking for the catch down, plays it forward. Bran gonna get a demo, that'll open up a bit of space for Panda, who tries to go up with it, but Arium takes it right back away. Brand's pinch won't go very far. Bloom's already on it. He'll cut it up. That one almost just centered, but Honda will recover to get it out to the side. Now down off the ceiling. Double commit as it's cleared away by Bran. Panda not able to get that one. Dunked out to the corner again. Dropping down Arium. Honda will send it away. Links up to the ceiling, dropping back down, looking for the play, but it'll instead just be Bran. Forcing it into the corner as Madison have continued to dominate this series offensively. Now with 3 minutes left to go, they're holding this 1-0 lead. Of course, not nearly as comfortable as they would like. So we will see. This one sent away again. Lynx looking for it. Dunked away by Panda. Honda maybe a little bit optimistic on that one as he kind of just pinches it away from the blue half. One though works out to be a good 50 for Bran as it'll center out again. Arium already up for it. It'll get dunked down off the back wall. And now another drop down. Bloom's already up on it. Now half the game gone. Madison are still just holding on. We've definitely seen Bedford break out quite a bit. Especially recently through this game, as it has felt like if anyone, they are more likely to score than Madison. But in saying that, I still haven't felt a whole lot of risk so far. Like, it's enough that I feel like they would be the ones to get a shot, but we just haven't really seen it. In part because of Madison's good defense, and in part because they just haven't been able to get it towards the net. As Bloom gets a very good touch on that one to pinch it away from the net. Panda trying to get up, double down, just high. Honda just wide. That should have been a goal, but Madison just barely can't squeeze it through. And the lead will stay at 1 for the moment. Panda now puts it up high. Bran is on it, 50'd off the back wall. Bloom now with control with boost, looking for a cut. Has it off the back wall, but Bran will get a save until Arium races in, but there's a Honda there for that. 90 seconds left to go now. Bloom trying to center it down. Panda will be the one to send it long. 80 seconds to go. Awkward on the defense. That touch will make it even more so. But they respect Lynx. And he shows why as he gets that one back to the midfield and forces Madison to reset. And then this touch will do the same as Bloom now down into the orange corner looking for a 50, but won't find much. Arium now down off the corner. Panda following it up, just sending it forward. This one cleared down. Arium just forced to let it go. Lynx down off the ceiling. Shot forward by Arium. Panda will block it out to the side. Now downfield again. This one centered down. Honda another 50 forward. It's back down off the ceiling. Panda's in the air. Shot towards net. Bloom gets a good clear. Arium. Green grass, but he puts it wide. Knew he had to rush it just a little bit and can't push it far enough left. 20 seconds left to go. Madison trying to hold on. Bloom another good save. Lynx trying to send it downfield. 15 seconds now. This one around the outside. Arium out off the corner. Panda 50s it to the side. 5 seconds now. Getting lower. And Madison. It looks rough after one game, but they clean it up and they give nothing back. As they take 3 straight, and they will close it out in, I'll show those stats, why not? At least all of Madison are there. As you can see, 10 shots for themselves. Can't see the exact total for Bedford. But, I mean, just a dominant 3 games to close out that series. And so, they will be earning themselves a 2-0 record. As of course, we will be asking about an interview. Just give me 1 second to make sure I'm good on everything. And then we will be seeing about an interview with our winning team. As, to be fair, it felt like both teams had a goal they should have earned. It certainly felt like that Panda double just high, and then Honda hitting it off the post. That could have been a goal. And then, of course, that breakaway for Arium is a little bit tough because you don't have infinite time, but that also should have been a goal. But either way, neither one goes through, and Madison win it out. As we are going to have an interview, and so we will be back in just one moment. And we are back with Madison, a 3-1 win. That pushes you guys to 2-0. How does it feel?
Sensational.
Brett and I are feuding.
No.
Yeah, they're in a blood feud currently.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's a battle to the death.
Gotcha. So how's that going to be settled?
I don't know. Whoever dies.
You'll find out next match, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Find out next time.
Fair. Hey, it works out for Shade.
Yeah.
More
I don't know
gameplay.
if that works out for the team.
Oh, you're more important, obviously, than the team's success. Come on.
Yeah, obviously, yeah.
Self before the team always. But I will ask, what do you guys think was the difference between that first game and the rest? Because obviously you make the sub, but what more directly caused the fact that you guys kind of struggled in that first one and then gave them nothing offensively for the rest of the series?
Can answer.
Yeah, Shade, go for it.
The guys I was playing with just weren't playing up to par. I did everything I could.
True,
Yeah.
This guy knows.
Yeah, of course.
Knowledge.
No, I'm feuding with Shade.
Shade's the only one that scored that game. He's
True.
He'll hold it down.
True. Absolutely. Yep. And Panda didn't see exactly. Game 2, your teammates had 7 shots each. You had 0. Yeah, how did that happen? Were you just a setup player, or
clearly?
He just didn't want to
go. Obviously, yeah.
He's just scared. Okay.
I just sat a net all game. Yeah. Why shoot when I have the 2 greatest offensive threats in the game? You know what I mean?
Huh?
Why shoot when defense?
Exactly. No, listen. I want to let it be known. Brand probably shot 20 times that game and had maybe 3 goals. So
yeah.
We gotta up that.
I'm sorry. Why am I getting shit on for coming in and saving?
Yeah, you saved the season.
Should have saved him harder, man. You only won 3 games out of 3. Do better.
Oh gosh. Oh man. How could you?
Sorry.
3-0. God. Why didn't you win more? Huh?
Exactly. Now, of course, next week you guys are slated to play up against Loudon, who got the only sweep of Pixel so far last night. So how do you feel about that matchup?
Sweep of Pixel versus
KC.
Who exactly? Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, still it's a win.
I'm confident. Nah, I mean, a win's a win. Confident as always. I think.
Probably can't sit on their backboard as much as I like.
Yeah. Okay. Did you see that game 4? I think Honda might have spent half the game on their backboard.
Well, did you get it to him?
Nope.
He didn't call it. He didn't call it. That's his fault.
You gotta see him. That's vision. Need that vision, man. Thought you guys had chemistry.
No, he's gotta call it. He's gotta call it.
Shade would have found me.
Yeah. True.
Listen, Shade's just the GOAT, right?
Shade's hanging a TV, bro. He's not even here.
You guys didn't do your jobs in game 1. I couldn't get there the other games,
Yeah.
He got busy.
Can only do so much.
Yeah.
All right. Well, congratulations.
Yeah, we're confident. Sorry, go for it.
No, fair enough.
Wow.
If you have more, if you have more to say, all good, because I'm just trying to wrap things up. So if you have more, that's fine. But congratulations on your win, and good luck next week.
Thank you. Thanks for casting, Doggo.
Yeah.
Thanks, dog.
As always.
Watch me playing game 2.
All right, and that will do it for the first series of the night. Now, I believe we are going to have a short break between our series, as this time they're an hour and a half apart, as the next one is slated for 9:30. So we will be offline for about 40 minutes, I guess, and then we'll be back live. We'll have another series, and then we'll be good. No, I don't think so, Bloom. Obviously, I don't know if you're asking me or Brian, who we played against, obviously. I don't know if anyone in this series played badly. I think game one, you could kind of see how it goes in a more neutral way. And then it was just in the later games that when Brand came in and you had that trio, Madison were just kind of gaming. They just dominated offensively. And obviously the shots every game reflect that, as they were getting double digits and holding their opponents to like 5. And so good on Bedford, or maybe a point against Madison that you can say that the games were still pretty close. But, I mean, it's just hard to play into that pressure. So very well played to Madison. An impressive win, and it'll be interesting to see how they look going forward. But for now, your final score here, one last time, Madison 3 and Bedford 1. We'll see you back in, again, about 40 minutes for our next game, which will still be in the Pixel League. But that does it for now. See you then.